If you've ever delivered a presentation, maybe shared an idea in a meeting or spoken on camera, and afterwards found yourself thinking, whoa, I don't know what went wrong there. I feel like I said all the right things. The chances are it wasn't your words, it was your voice. You see, the ability to use your voice, to speak with impact, is a skill that any leader or any coach or anybody that wants to inspire others really needs to master. Because the truth is people, they don't just listen to what you say, they also feel how you say it. And that's what we're going to look at in today's video. So a quick note before we dive in. If you've ever felt unsure about how confident you come across when speaking, I have created a free confidence rating sheet. It takes less than 5 minutes to fill it out. It's 3 pages, but it will show you exactly where your confidence is rock solid and where maybe it could use some work. This thing here is like holding up a mirror to your communication style. You're going to find a link in the description below. But let's talk about your voice and why it might be holding you back. So here is what I see a lot, and that is professionals with brilliant ideas. So we're talking business owners, team leaders, speakers, coaches. They step up to speak, and despite having something very powerful to say, their message falls flat. And why is this? Because they deliver in a monotone voice. No light, no shade, no energy. And the result? The audience tunes out. See what I mean? It was horrible. Even if it's just one person across a table, that person's going to start to switch off if you are monotone. And it's not because your idea isn't strong, it's because your voice didn't carry the message. Now, you probably heard about the study of UCLA where they said that 7% of communication is the words that you use, 38% is the tone of the voice, and 55% is in the body language. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that those numbers are set in stone. These vary depending upon the setting, and I've seen this in multiple different places while I've been on the speaking circuit. But the takeaway is this: if you're focusing on what you say and you're ignoring how you say it or how you are as a communicator, then you are missing the majority of your communication impact. So look, I remember watching a client of mine give a talk to their team. Now, it was a great idea. They had a really solid slide deck. The visuals were amazing. And they were speaking on something that they were deeply passionate about, but their delivery, it was flat. It was one tone, no emphasis. There was no rhythm to what they were saying. And the team didn't lean in. The team, in actual fact, they checked out because it felt more like
a robotic read-through than a rallying message for the team.
Imagine it was a bit like Siri reading you an instruction manual. It's boring as bad. So we worked on their presentation style and we rehearsed the next presentation that they were going to give. But this time we used intention behind the voice. We used a pause to allow some points to land. We used a shift in pitch to highlight emotion. We used a bit of energy in their body language, but just enough to change how they sounded. And what happened in the next meeting was that the team leaned in. You could see and you could feel the connection. So here's a simple shift. Don't just say the words, be the words. Let me repeat that. Don't just say the words, you need to be the words. Your voice, it should reflect the energy, the emotion, the meaning behind what you're saying. If you're excited, sound excited. If it's a serious point, then maybe slow things down so you can let it land. But your voice, think of it like an emotional highlighter. So how do you do this? Here are 3 things that you can try. The first one is pitch variations. You can raise and lower the pitch of your voice to match your message. Not everything should be said at the same pitch. The second thing that you can try is to pace and pause. So speed up when you're passionate, just show excitement, but then slow down for key moments and then use silence to let things land. And then the third thing that you can try is to bring energy through the body. Now, I'm not talking going full jazz hands here, but use your posture and your gestures to support what you're saying. It affects how your voice comes out naturally. Now, I don't care if you're on Zoom or if you're presenting on camera like I am now, these small shifts, they make a huge difference. So just to wrap this all up, before you speak, ask yourself, what do I want the listener to feel? Not necessarily what do I want them to know, but what do I want them to feel? Because when people feel something, they remember it. And it might feel a little bit awkward at first because you're changing the way that you communicate. You're changing your vocal style, which your identity is heavily tied to. But the thing I can promise you is this: the more that you practice being intentional with how you speak, the more people they will start to sit up and they will start to pay attention. Because confidence, it isn't about being loud, it's about being real. And it's about connecting. So here's the next step. Next time that you speak, whether it's in a meeting, whether it's on video, or even just with a friend, ask yourself, am I being the words or am I just saying the words? And if you really want to take it further, then make sure that you do grab the confidence rating worksheet. As I say, in less than 5 minutes, you'll discover exactly where your strengths are and what you need to tweak just a little bit to become a more confident and compelling communicator. You'll find the link for this in the description below. And if you did find this video helpful, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And also let me know in the comments, what's the one thing that you're going to try in your next conversation? That is it for today. I'm going to go with some jazz hands.